Hi guys, Dave here with a brand new lesson for you. Today we're going to look at Stephanie Mills' Never Knew Love Like This Before. Before we get started on the lesson though, I just want to remind you that you can support this channel by going over to my Patreon page, and you'll see there's lots of bonuses for supporting me there, such as any of the tabs or backing tracks that I make for all of my YouTube lessons. So do go ahead and check it out. Before we go into the parts though, I'm just going to go through the main chord sequence in the verse, and then we'll break those parts down. So after the piano intro, there's a little kind of 2-beat stab that happens before the verse, and you just get an E major 7 and then an F sharp 11. And then once we're into the verse, you get 1 bar of B major, 1 bar of E major, then 1 bar of an F sharp major over an A sharp bass, then 1 bar of D sharp minor, 1 bar of G sharp minor 7, 1 bar of C sharp minor 7, then 1 bar of F sharp 11, and then 1 bar of F sharp 13. So that's the main sequence. So just before the verse, he just plays 2 notes on beats 3 and 4, and that's just on the G string we play 8 and then 9. Then into the first bar of the verse, we're going to play a little B major. For this I'm just barring on the 7th fret on the E and B strings, and then fret 8 on the G string. I also sometimes hold the 4th string as well, just as a bit of security. And it's just, you just go. So strumming wise, and you're going to find this for most of the chords, you do a miss down, then you hit it on a down, then an up, followed by another down. If you listen to the playthrough, you'll get an idea of how it relates against the beat. So it's like that. 1. I'll put some scratches in between, you can kind of hear it a little bit better. Right, we're going to use the same rhythm for the next chord, which is going to be an E major, and we're just going to play a little 3-note shape here. 7 on the E, 9 on the B and on the G strings. Same rhythm. Then we're going to play the little F sharp chord. For this I'm just playing 6 on the E, 7B, 6 on the G. And again, this finger's just kind of holding down the 4th string D at the 8th fret, although I'm not really playing it, it's just to control the strings a bit. Okay, next one's going to be a D sharp minor. All the same strumming. I tend to play a bar shape when I do this, but really the only notes you're playing are on the first 3 strings. That's 6E, 7B and 8 on the G. So you can do it with a little shape if you like. Now for the G sharp minor 7, we're actually going to play the little B shape again. It's part of the G sharp minor 7 chord. It's the upper notes. So it's the same as the B shape. So 7E, 7B and 8 on the G. And when you hear that, for a G sharp in the bass, you get that G sharp minor 7 sound. Okay, now for the next one, for the C sharp minor 7, we're going to use a similar approach. We're going to go back to the E shape. So 7E, 9B, 9G. And again, over a C sharp, oh, you get that C sharp minor 7 sound. Same strumming as before, down, up, down. Then we're going to stay on that shape for the F sharp 11. Because basically an F sharp 11 is an E major chord with an F sharp in the bass. Same rhythm as before. And then for the last bit, for the F sharp 13, what I'm going to do is bar across the E, B and G strings, and I'm going to add my finger on the 11th fret of the E. And you're playing the upper part of an F sharp 13 chord. Like that. Oh, one thing I should mention, that very last chord, very similar, but it goes down, up, and then there's a down, up on the last bit. So it's just a little extra up strum on that very last chord. So for the chorus, I'll just go through what the chord progression is first, and then I'll take you through the guitar part. So you get one bar of E major 7, and then you're going to get a split bar, 2 beats almost of a D sharp minor 7, and it pushes on to a G sharp minor 7 on the second half of beat 2. Then you get a bar of C sharp minor 7, and then a bar of D sharp minor 7. Now the chorus, it goes around 3 times, but on the 3rd time you just play the E major 7, D sharp minor 7, G sharp minor 7, and then it's got a slightly different ending. So it's a C sharp 7 sus 4, bit of a mouthful, to a C sharp 7, and then the F11, and that finishes off like the chord sequence for the chorus. So the chorus part for guitar 1 is just single notes. So I'm just playing on the B string, I'm going 9 and 7. And it kind of starts on the second half of beat 1 and then the second half of beat 3 as well. So it's like 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You get a whole bar rest after that, and then you do something very similar in bar 3. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, but then you get this on the end. So after you've done the 9-7, you're just going to play 8 on the G and then back to 7 on the B. So that bar, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, like that. Then you hold that note for the first beat of bar 4, and then you get this little, this is the last little phrase, which is playing 8 on the G, and then we play 7, 9 on the B, and then pull off onto 7. It's a very light pull off as well. You almost don't hear it on the record until you really slow the track down and kind of pan it around, and then you can hear it a little bit more clearly. But it is there, but it's very light, so it almost sounds like it just goes, but it actually does pull that finger off like that. Okay, and that's the chorus part for guitar 1. Okay, guitar 2 outlines the chords a lot more. So for the verse, we're just going to play a little B shape, and we're just going to play it for every 2 beats. So just 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do the same in the next bar for the E shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the F sharp, we'll do the same. And then our D sharp minor 7, we're just going to play on beats 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we get into a bit more of a rhythm. We're going to play G sharp minor 7, but we're going to play that little B shape that we did before. The strumming is down, up, down, 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 up. And then beat 4 is silent. I'm going to do the same rhythm for the C sharp minor, which, oh sorry, we're going to play it down here with a typical C sharp minor 7 bar shape. But again, even though I might be playing the full shape, I'm only really hitting the first 3 strings. Same rhythm as before, down, up, down, 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 up. Like so. And then over the F sharp 11, we're going to do this for 2 bars. Going to keep on the same shape, basically like an E triad. So 4 E, 5 B, and 4 G, and that's going to go down, up, down, up. But there's a lot of holding the notes, so it's like down, up, down, up. So again, when you hear it with the slow play through, it makes a lot more sense. Like that. So 2 bars of that, and that takes you to the end of the verse, which gets played 3 times in total. Okay, so for the chorus, guitar 2 again plays more of a chord part here. You miss out beat 1 completely and you start on beat 2. So it just goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and staccato, all downstrokes, and then relax the chord in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. And then for the D sharp minor, all we're going to do is just bar on the 11th fret of the B, G and D strings. Going to do 3 down strums on that. And then what we're going to do is add a finger onto the 12th fret of the B and the 13th fret of the D string, and that's going to form part of a G sharp minor 7 chord. We just do 1 strum and hold it for 2.5 beats. So it kind of goes 1 and 2 and 3, 4, like that. Next bar, we're going to play a C sharp minor 7, but we're just going to play this little E triad. And we're just going to play it on beats 1, 2 and 3. Beat 4 is a rest. 1, 2, 3, rest, like so. Then we're going to go down to a D sharp minor 7 shape, and we're just going to play all down strums, 1 and 2 and hold it for beats 3 and 4, like that. The chorus goes around 3 times. The first 2 times you follow that sequence, and then on the 3rd time round you're going to play the E major 7 again, 2, 3, 4 and the D sharp, going into G sharp minor 7, and then you get this little different ending, the C sharp 7 sus 4 on a down, another down on the C sharp 7, which is on the 2 hand, and then on the 4 hand we're pushing into an F sharp 11 or an E over F sharp chord. Like so. And that gives you the guitar part, or guitar 2, for the chorus. Okay guys, that's all the guitar parts for this song. I hope you have a lot of fun putting this together, and do recommend playing along with the original track to kind of work on your timing and stuff like that. Yeah, have fun with this one, and I will see you for one real soon.